Hello, welcome to sqadia.com. Today, our topic of discussion would be proteinogenic amino acids. First, let's talk a little about amino acids. Amino acids are molecules that combine to form proteins. Amino acids and proteins are the building blocks of life. The human body uses amino acids to make proteins to help the body break down food, grow, repair body tissue, perform many other body functions. Let's have a look at the basic structure of amino acids. Any group of organic molecules that consist of a basic amine group, an acidic carboxyl group, a unique organic side chain, and hydrogen is known as amino acid, which combines together to form long peptide chains, which further binds together to form protein. Now, let's have a little overview on the types of amino acids. Amino acids can be divided into three types. They are considered essential when required to be taken in by diet, whereas non-essential when they can be made by the body. Conditional amino acids are mostly required only during certain circumstances, such as stress and illness. Now, what are proteinogenic and non-proteinogenic amino acids? Talking of non-proteinogenic amino acids, the amino acids which are not encoded in genetic code are non-proteinogenic amino acids, whereas the amino acids that are included in the genetic code are called as proteinogenic amino acids. As you should have remembered, the genetic code is basically the sequence of nucleotides in deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, that determines the amino acid sequence of proteins. Now coming towards our main topic, that is proteinogenic amino acids. Proteinogenic amino acids are those amino acids that are incorporated biosynthetically into proteins during translation. As we all know, translation is basically the process by which the genetic code contained within a messenger RNA, mRNA, is converted to form protein. This is also called as protein synthesis. Whereas the mRNA is an RNA version of the gene that leaves the cell nucleus and moves to the cytoplasm where proteins are made. Throughout known life, there are 22 genetically encoded proteinogenic amino acids, out of which 20 are present in the standard genetic code, and an additional 2, selenoscystine and pyrrolysine, that can be incorporated by special translation mechanisms. Now have a look how they are denoted and organized. Proteinogenic amino acids have membership of structural classes from 1 to 7. Its name and abbreviation formed from the first 3 letters of the name. For example, for histidine, abbreviation is HIS. The one-letter symbol is introduced to save space in the electronic processing of sequence data, for example, H for histidine. Whereas the polarity of the side chains is indicated by color, it increases from yellow through light and dark green to bluish green. A quantitative value is also used for polarity of side chains. The more positive the value is, the more polar the amino acid would be. Now have a look at their classification, which is based on the chemical structure of the side chains on the one hand, and on their polarity on the other. Now coming towards the names of classes, which amino acid fall in what group, and their chemical structures. Starting with the aliphatic amino acids, they are the first class, which includes glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, and isoleucine. These amino acids do not contain heteroatoms, N, O, or S, in their side chains, and do not contain a ring system. Their side chains are markedly apolar. Valine, leucine, and isoleucine form the group of branched-chain amino acids. Now, the second class is of sulfur-containing amino acids, which contains cysteine and methionine. They are also apolar. However, in the case of cysteine, due to its ability to form disulfide bonds, cysteine plays an important role in the stabilization of proteins. 2 cysteine residues linked by a disulfide bridge are referred to as cysteine. The aromatic amino acids comes in class 3, They contain resonance-stabilized rings of tryptophan, phenylalanine, tyrosine. In this group, only phenylalanine has strongly apolar properties. Tyrosine and tryptophan are moderately polar and show strong light absorption at wavelengths of 250 to 300 nm. The neutral amino acids come in class 4. They have hydroxyl groups and amide groups. The hydroxyl group contains serine and threonine. The amide group contains asparagine and glutamine. Despite their non-ionic nature, the amide groups of asparagine and glutamine are markedly polar. The fifth class is of acidic amino acids. This class contains aspartic acid and glutamic acid. The carboxyl groups in the side chains of the acidic amino acids, aspartic acid and glutamic acid, are almost completely ionized at physiological pH values. The sixth class is of basic amino acids. They contain lysine, arginine, histidine. The side chains of the basic amino acids lysine and arginine are also fully ionized, that is, positively charged, at neutral pH. Arginine, with its positively charged guanidinium group, is particularly strongly basic, and therefore extremely polar. Histidine is even strongly polar. The imidazole ring of histidine is already protonated at weakly acidic pH values. Proline falls in group 7 and is a special case. Together with the alpha carbon atom and the alpha NH2 group, its side chain forms a 5-membered ring. Its nitrogen atom is only weakly basic and is not protonated at physiological pH due to its ring structure. Proline causes bending of the peptide chain in proteins, which is important in collagen. That was it with the classes and structures. Now, summing up with a little overview. All proteinogenic amino acids are made up of central carbon with amine group, carboxyl group, and R group. All are alpha amino acids. All are L isomers. Glycine is the only A chiral amino acid, whereas other 19 are chiral amino acids. Achiral is a term used to describe an object that is completely and identically superimposable with a mirror object of itself, whereas chiral is an object that is not identically superimposable with a mirror image of itself. Several proteinogenic amino acids cannot be synthesized by the human organism, and therefore have to be supplied from the diet, which are known as essential amino acids. Histidine and possibly also arginine are essential for infants and small children. So that was all about proteinogenic amino acids. Stay tuned to sqadia.com for more amino acids videos.